here's another viewpoint that you won't hear on the mainstream news or anywhere near any of these mainstream outlets. I'm going to post a link to this website that I got this from, and it comes from the Black Agenda Report, and it's a worthwhile site checking out, by the way, on a regular basis. For the most part, the healthcare town meetings staged by members of Congress are shams designed to deceive and disinform the public on the possibilities and progress of healthcare reform. Despite being shaky on the facts, right-wingers may be quite correct in treating them as opportunities for street theater. Maybe, suggests Dave Lindorf, we ought to do the same. Many progressives are getting all bent out of shape over the brown shirt rabble organized by health industry PR firms to disrupt the so-called town meetings being organized all over the country by Democratic Congress members. What they are conveniently forgetting is that these are not really town meetings at all, at least in the sense of the town meetings that I grew up with and started out covering as a young journalist in Connecticut. That is, meetings called and run democratically with leaders elected from the floor, open to all residents of the community. This is an article by David Lindorf. These town meetings are really nothing but propaganda sessions run by members of Congress who are trying to burnish their fraudulent credentials as public servants and trying to perpetuate a huge fraud of a health care bill that purports to be progressive reform of the U.S. healthcare system, but that actually further entrenches the control of that system by the insurance industry and to a lesser extent to the hospital and drug industry. Obamacare is to healthcare reform what bank bailouts are to the financial system reform, which is to say it is the opposite of what the name implies. Some of the right-wing nuts who cry that Obamacare is introducing euthanasia for the elderly and infirm, or that it is socialism, are ignorant wackos, to be sure. But they are right about one thing. Americans are about to be royally screwed on healthcare reform by the President and the Democratic Congress, just as they've been screwed by them on financial reform. The appropriate response to this screw job is the one the right has adopted. Shut these sham meetings down and run the sellout politicians out of town. This is not about civil discourse, it's about propaganda. The Obama administration and the Democratic congressional leadership have sold out healthcare reform for the tainted coin of the medical industrial industry and are holding or trying to hold these meetings around the country to promote legislation that has essentially been written for them by that industry. Legislation that will force everyone to pay for insurance as offered and priced by the private insurance industry. What a deal. This isn't reform, it's corruption, pure and simple. Any mention of a system that works, single payer, the system we already have in the form of Medicare for elderly and the disabled, and the system that has proven successful for almost 4 decades in Canada and Europe, has been systematically blocked and censored out of the discussion. Every effort has been made to bury an excellent bill, H.R. 676, offered up by Representative John Conyers, Democrat, Michigan, which would cover every American by expanding Medicare to cover everyone. The only proper response at this point is obstruction. Instead of opposing the right-wing hecklers at these events, progressives should be making common cause with them. Instead of calling them fascists, we should be working to turn them by showing them that the enemy is not on the left. It is the corporations that own both Democrats and Republicans alike. So anyway, please, you can read the entire article and many more on that site that I'm going to be posting a link to here in the sidebar. The debate, the entire health care debate was basically confused from the very start, and Obama is not helping this debate by essentially backtracking on everything that he's saying. This is not good, folks. So this bill should simply just go down in flames. It isn't any good, and we need to start over on this with actual and factual information. But, you know, hope springs eternal, because our national press certainly won't give you that information. See you later. Thanks for listening.